So some crazy things are happening right now with the Ford Bronco. Really excited, and there's an official release date. Also, Volkswagen has found a way to really start selling these cars online. It's kind of more of a shift in the market, as well as the new and improved Lexus IS release date coming to you soon.
Yeah, so find out more on this episode of Up to Date. So we've been waiting so patiently for the Bronco to come out, and now Ford has officially released on their Instagram account that July 9th will be the official release video, the premiere of the Bronco.
Right.
Still don't know when it's going to hit dealerships. I'm sure they'll announce it in this video, I would imagine, but July 9th is when we're going to actually see not just the leaked photos we've seen across the internet, Josh, but we're actually going to see stuff from Ford about it.
Nice. And we're only about a month out. I mean, a little less than that. So this is pretty exciting. Get to see a brand new vehicle, and it's not going to look just like everything else does nowadays.
Yeah. I already have friends texting me and messaging me like, "Oh, I'm waiting for the Bronco. I'm gonna get one." I'm like, "Great, let us come check it out when you get one."
Yeah, seriously. I mean, even you guys were super interested in what the Bronco's gonna be able to give to us. I mean, you look at the market, what used to be there that was a fun, more fun SUV. The only one that's left, in my opinion, right now is about the 4Runner.
Yeah.
That's within a decent price range. And even that is still pretty expensive. But when they used to have the FJ Cruiser, I think that's what I hope that this creates. Because there's a huge cult following, even at dealerships with the resale value of an FJ Cruiser. So I'm hoping that the Bronco gives that.
Yeah, there will be some heritage stuff that's pulled into it from past Broncos, but what we've seen so far is basically going to be, if you will, a Ranger with an enclosed bed. It's not going to be like a camper shell. It's not in terms of the looks, but like in terms of the vehicle itself, it's predicted that it's going to have the 2.0-liter EcoBoost that's in the Ranger now. But there's a possibility that people have been speculating about a Bronco Raptor, which that would be a pretty sweet animal, almost like a Liger kind of thing. But they're predicting that one maybe, if that does.
A horse with lizard skin.
Or something, dude. And it runs twice as fast.
Dinosaur horse.
But if that does happen, people have been speculating that maybe they drop in the 3-liter EcoBoost that's in the Explorer ST, which is like 400 horsepower and 410 foot-pound torque, which that would make more sense to me. I don't think they're going to drop in like a 6.2-liter, like the Raptor F-150. I mean, heck, even the Raptor now, the newest second generation, doesn't have a V8.
No.
It would be cool, if they put like a Coyote in it at least or something, but I don't think the market's gonna demand that. So.
It's really tough to sell V8s as it is. You've seen our other videos, us talking about that. So we fully expect there to be something decently exciting, and Ford, if you're listening, if you don't do that, I think you are the one that's going to reap the consequences.
Well, the most exciting thing about it is there will be a 7-speed manual transmission option or the 10-speed automatic, which I predict that's going to be the more popular option,
Yeah, we'll see if some of these people are coming away from the Jeep Wrangler and even going towards this, because like Jacob said, with the manual transmission, they're talking about a crawler type package that may end up coming out with the Bronco, which that's that segment.
Yeah, so we'll see. All my Wrangler and Jeep fans are telling me that not a chance, Wrangler's better, Jeep will remain supreme, and I'm like, all right, let's just wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I can already hear the jokes. They're wrangling the Bronco. I can already hear it.
Oh man, they're about to get kicked off that horse, man. But we'll see what happens.
So gosh, now we're finally coming back around to the re-release date of the Lexus IS. I mean, we got really teased.
We did.
What was it, about last week?
In one of our last episodes, our last up-to-dates, we talked about it was supposed to be June 9th, but they pushed it back. At the time of recording this, it hasn't happened yet, but it's supposed to happen or have happened on June 15th if we post this on the 16th, which is usually Tuesdays are days. But it's supposed to be June 15th at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time on a Facebook live stream. But they've already peaked and teased at the idea of a 2021 IS Sport, which you see like the F Sport badge in this little tease video, which In our last one, you harped on it, like they're ditching a lot of it, everything on the F line. Like there's no way that there's going to be new IS. It wasn't probable, but maybe we're being teased here again about something cool.
I just wish they would take, no offense to JDM or even any of the Japanese car manufacturers, but I wish that Lexus would take a page out of the BMW book and be able to give you a Lexus IS 300, and then give you, if it was the IS 350, that you change the engine, that you, instead of the smaller V6 that it's normally had for the last 10 years or so, they would drop in a turbocharged 6, or even something that's more powerful, something that's a little more exciting. Maybe you can even tune up the current 6-cylinder that was in there. But I mean, this is what the market's demanding nowadays. I mean, you look at BMW, they kill it in sales. We've talked about, me and Jacob talked about this off camera, on camera. They could rebrand the 3 Series, looks like the 5 Series, just bigger, but they still sell 1 million of them each. You know, it's one of these things that there's this element of excitement. Because whether or not people are still buying the F line and F Sport, really weird distinction, we'll get to that in a second, but give them something that they can aspire to. You know, when they buy an IS 300, they can look at it and be like, man, look how cool the IS can be.
Yeah, I just think the issue when you compare it to something like Mercedes or BMW, like they have their AMG lines, their M Series lines. Those are more prominent and have established their history and capabilities for a lot longer than Lexus and like an F Sport or an F line has.
Right.
I mean, if it were to get as big as an M Series or an AMG, then like I think that would make more sense. But I mean, compared to how many AMGs and M Series do we see on the road as opposed to F Sports? Like it's a noticeable difference. I mean, they are cool cars, but I just don't think their customers are demanding it as much, unfortunately.
And to me, the annoying thing is, especially for you guys as the consumers and us, they'll have what used to be the F line, F Performance, and then F Sport. And the F line would be either the ISF, the RCF, the GSF, and then even going deeper into what was the LFA, which is what started that whole saga. Yeah. But the annoying thing is they don't really offer those within a somewhat reasonable price range. You're asking a lot, and a lot of them have gotten the flack, especially I know what I've really researched a lot was the RCF, being that it's one of the slowest in its segment for 0 to 60. It has some of the lower power numbers, but what it does have on its competitors is a naturally aspirated V8, so it's got a beautiful sound. But what I think Lexus would do better with is to give you more of a tangible feel of performance in their lower end.
Which might be another thing that's affecting, like, sure, everybody knows on this podcast who listens, we love V8s, you and I. Yeah. But when people are buying in that type of segment where it's a performance sedan or like a luxury coupe or whatever, they just care about the Nürburgring time or the actual performance of the vehicle. They're not V8 nuts like you and I, unfortunately, which I think that hurts Lexus in that aspect where if it costs a lot of money like it does and it doesn't perform like it should compared to the competition, I think that just does nothing but hurt them, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, how much does it really help the car brand when there's car nuts like you and I, but if we don't have the money to buy one, then what's the point?
Yeah.
So that's like this line that like
if you create a really cool car that nobody can afford, you're going to sell none of them. So
like there's some exceptions. I think the McLaren Senna is pushing like $1 million or $2 million. Yeah,
but they make like
6 of them.
I could probably count on my 1 or 2 hands. I don't know the exact number, but it's probably less than 100, easy. Yeah. Way less than an F Sport. And you could find you could find those amount of buyers easy. Yeah. Almost like the Lamborghini Veneno, where they only made 3 or 4. You could easily find 3 or 4 buyers that are that rich to afford it.
Right. Now, for all you guys watching out there, we are not picking on the Lexus IS. No. I think we both agree that it's a very good-looking vehicle. It needs a few modifications to really just like put that little oomph on the top of the icing the cake, whatever you want to call it.
A little bit on top.
A little cherry, the salt guy.
Yeah.
But like it is right there. I think there's a lot of good reliability. It has some solid soft touch materials. I mean, if you've ever sat in a Lexus IS, really nice. A friend of ours we used to work with, has a really nice one. You get in there and the interior is really soft. If the air conditioned seats that work really well. I mean, outside of that, I really like that car. I just think if they would fix two things, how fast are the engines, the powertrains and stuff like that, the engine options, as well as getting rid of the touchpad that's used for the infotainment.
Yeah.
Make a touchscreen. Like that's not hard.
Tried to reinvent the wheel there, but
yeah. Don't get crazy, but I think we'd be all right for those.
Yeah. Other people trying to reinvent the wheel is the automotive industry as a whole now. With the current circumstances of the global pandemic, people are not going into dealerships as much as they used to. Makes sense, you know. But I've always, you know, I've talked to you about it before. I've talked to friends and family about it before. Like in the near future, I see the automotive industry, dealerships as a whole, going the Carvana or the Vroom route where you can buy everything online.
Get it delivered to you like Amazon.
Yes. I mean, I'm one of those probably weird people that will go into a dealership anyways because I want to physically see the car and talk to a human being.
That's not weird.
No, well, we're both weird, which means to you and I we're not weird, but maybe to everybody else, like, why would you want to go into a dealership and spend 4 hours buying a 2017 Volkswagen CC?
I think what you're aiming towards is like, you know, we have those Southern California markets where there's a lot of electric cars that get sold and people don't necessarily need to test drive as much. Like they're not as concerned. It's a different area of the market.
Well, a good competitive advantage for Vroom and Carvana, they were like, oh, well, we can't test drive your cars. Like we're going to buy it online and ship it to us. But like, oh, that's okay. You can drive our cars for, it's something like 4 or 7 days, depending on the company, and send it back if you don't want
money back guarantee.
Yeah. Like,
which I think they take the risk of people are not going to just actually take that on. I don't know very many people that, for two reasons, I've never really known that many people to use Carvana. I know a couple, and both those people I don't think returned their cars. So I think it's, for them, they can take the risk of that ever even happening, and it doesn't happen often enough to hurt them.
They do have really good in-depth photos and like walk-arounds of every vehicle they have. So really it's just, all right, I'm going to drive this. Does it feel good? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to keep it. But dealerships and even Volkswagen dealerships, you can do everything online now, which is where we're going with this. You can do it from your financing, your buying, your trade-in, everything. And they'll send the vehicle to your house. You don't even have to go in. So like I was saying earlier, I saw the dealerships going in this direction, but global pandemic has pushed us further along a lot quicker than expected.
It's escalated our whole entire situation.
Yeah. Which, due to that circumstance, is unfortunate, but with the advances that dealerships have made, that's really good for the automotive industry.
Yeah, give customers another option, a way to do it.
Yeah, everything's moving to an online world anyway, so it only makes sense.
So I mean, I guess in short, it's like we're expecting a lot of different makes in the industry to start taking this route. A lot of them already have. You can name Volvo, Porsche, a lot of the Highlines.
GM has something, but it's not fully everything online like Volkswagen.
So I think Volkswagen being one of the more domestic makes, not necessarily, it's still import, but like lower end, your affordable class of cars is the first to really start diving into this fully online. So as a consumer out there, I would start to expect that in the next couple of years, maybe even sooner, that Ford, Chevy, all the GM makes are going to start having this option. Even if we get past the pandemic and everything else is going on, it's just another way for these car brands to capitalize on the market.
Yeah.
And also help you guys.
Yeah, which is what it's all about.
Yeah.
But that's what we have on new release vehicles with the Bronco and the IS, potentially an F Sport, hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully it's not just a fake video.
Yeah.
But, and then Volkswagen doing everything online now. So if you have anything to add to this, if you're excited about the Bronco, if you're going to order one, or if you're going to order new IS, or if you're going to buy a Volkswagen online at a dealership and not even go in, let us know how all that goes. We're very interested to see what the market is actually doing with this.
Yeah, because you guys are the market. Don't forget, like, it's not like a untangible, like it's out up in the air. It's like literally that's you.
Yeah.
So
do you have a vehicle with 4 wheels and a steering wheel? Then you are in the market. You are part of the market. So
but outside of that, I mean, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Let us know in the comment section, just like what Jacob was talking about, anything you're excited about. But keep up to date with what we're doing here at Gulf Coast Gearheads. But outside of that, that is Gulf Coast Gearheads signing off.